call it? That book thing, and the journal.
Yeah.
Should come out appendices, see magic items, which obviously more and more might appear. But the king is dead. Long live the queen. Okay. So, as we said last time, the city is in mourning, even directly after the king died. He was a much beloved king. He's... look at my shoes just a sec. Here we go. Okay, yeah, so the king was very much well loved. He led the kingdom through prosperous times, well-standing army, thriving economy, everything was good. Of course, while she's not queen at the moment, the queen to be, she hasn't yet taken the royal throne. I'll just display her as the Queen Athena Azanar, the daughter of King Waldron Azanar and his second wife, Queen Laurencia, who both witnessed the death of their father and husband. And Lord Signmonder, the head of the Crown's Guard, took it very personally. This gentleman here, he's known as a very noble man, and not only did he lose Prince Krasnar under his watch, the prince is dead. Now he's lost the king. He is very much a double failure. I don't know if that's being too harsh, but he has failed twice to protect the royal family. Just before we get into a little intro I'm doing with Corey's character, what are the rest of you guys doing kind of post King's assassination? We did some of it last week, but is anything else you wish to do before you're expected to put in an appearance at the coronation?
So were we not to report back to Signmonder first? I thought that was what was next on the agenda for us.
I think we did that.
Yeah, I think we did that right at the end.
Yeah,
right, okay.
You reported back to Lord Signmonder, and he requested, and he gave you some money, forgave Pastor Timothy's debts, well, paid his debts effectively, and requested that you join him at the coronation, which is starting at noon on the next day. There's going to be a parade through town, so the whole town can mourn, because obviously not the whole town is allowed in the royal crypts. So there's a chance for the common folk to express their deep regret at this much beloved king's passing. Now, we did talked about Bowson. You had a meeting with some people. Things were discussed.
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to do before heading to join the royal procession?
Pastor Timothy
Yep.
would like to visit the Church of the Redeemer and pray like he's never prayed before.
Okay. Otmir Onamal, the chief priest here. Pastor Timothy, it is you're always welcome in the Temple of the Redeemer. What ails you, my son?
Oh, well, I'm sure you've heard about the goings-on in the arena.
That's all anybody can talk
Today.
about. Anybody who's anybody is talking about it. Yes, I know what happened. It was a tragedy for sure.
Well, I was there, and I saw what happened, and I I can't help the feeling that perhaps I had something to do with it. I don't think I've been penitent enough. I don't think I've given enough of myself to the Redeemer. I fear that Lord Ortmer, I need to give more to the church.
As you know that the Church of the Redeemer runs on charity. Is that what you mean, or are you talking more like service-based giving?
Well, as you can see, and he pulls out his pockets, and I'm only just coming out of debt, but service, I'll always be down to put some service into this fine church. What would you have me do, Otmer?
As you know, we lost our cook a while ago. Maybe you could help out the kitchen. Let's pray together for the kingdom first, Pastor Timothy.
Fine. Well, whenever you need a cook, I'm no dab hand, but I'm here at your service.
Right. Let us pray. And you spend some time praying together with Father Otmer. What are you praying for? You could pray silently if you like, or out loud. What is Pastor Timothy seeking at this moment?
Pastor Timothy is seeking, redemption being the major motif of the Redeemer. Redemption, but also, I guess, Pastor Timothy feels like a bad son coming back to his father to seek forgiveness. The prodigal, if you will.
Yep. Okay. So you spend some time praying, helping out the poorest of the poor, as this was a Temple of Life is for. Anybody can get a bed here, anybody can get a meal here. But like much of the kingdom, the Temple of Life, the Church of the Redeemer, is morbid. A lot of people are looking down at the free food they're given. And this speaks even more to how much the king is loved. Even the poorest of the poor love him. I mean, often the poorest of the poor stage rebellions to overthrow the king because they're not getting enough in life. Even the poorest of the poor love the king. But the king is dead. Long live the queen. Cool. So, service is done. Pastor Timothy, the night comes, clean up, early morning hours. Do you return to your room at the Lucky Leap Tavern and try and get some sleep in?
I will, yes.
So early in the morning, once everything is cleaned up and done, you return to the Lucky Leap Tavern, return to your room, give a nod to Ricio Tane, the pub's proprietor, who gives you a silent nod. You go back to your room, and you find neatly stacked on the side of your bed, like on the bedstand, what looks like 100 gold pieces.
Oh. That nod that Ricio Tane gave me, was it just a friendly nod, or was there something else to it?
It's the same nod he's given you every night, just acknowledgement that he sees you and have his respect, I guess.
Yeah.
And this is just for Pastor Timothy?
Hey, there's no 100 gold pieces on your bedstand, unfortunately.
Just checking.
Yep, just Pastor Timothy.
Right. Well, I'm not going to touch it.
All right.
I'm going to leave it there. Stare at it pretty much all night.
Okay. You all get a good rest in. This 100 gold pieces might keep you up. I don't know, Pastor Timothy. We're going to switch our attention to Area 14 on the map, the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities, the premier magic shop across all of Eglarian. Actually, if you want to buy magic, the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities are the way to go. It's led by I don't have his character. All right. A guy called Master Bratio, who's taken on 4 or so apprentices who are expected to help run the shop. And right in the main area, where the illusory magic items are displayed, we find Corey. Why don't you explain to us what Wiz looks like?
Well, Wiz is a tiefling. Nice long horns, not
A
did I say
satyr?
tiefling, a satyr, a satyr, yes, with horns not too overly long, just down the side of his head. He's got very prolific white hair, but it doesn't look like it's supposed to be naturally that way. Like he's changed the color. He wears just some white robes that kind of teet between the lines of like a wizard or maybe like a sage. Carries a little staff, wooden. It's got a little claw at the top of it. It's kind of illuminated with little bits of magic here and there. Not too complex.
And we see Wiz inside of one of the classes. Well, not so much classes, more like studying. And one of the apprentices of the master, a guy called Drinner Baelgard, saying, "Look, this is a very simple cantrip. This is called guidance. It allows people to do better things than not." "Oh, I didn't see you there, Wiz. Perhaps you could have used a little bit of guidance in your arcane studies." Remind me, how did that go again?
Well, I gotta figure out what I do for my accent here. Well, a wizard is always looking for guidance. I would love any guidance you can impart upon me, whether it's the spell variety or the advice variety. I do hope to be.
No. Your job is the bedpans. I mean, all of us have qualified for the Arcane Tower. How did your graduation ceremony go?
Well, I'm still aiming to be there at my graduation ceremony one day, but not today. Unfortunately, other things came up.
My understanding is after 12 years of study, you're a fully qualified wizard, sworn allegiance to the crown. I believe that didn't happen to you now, did it?
Not quite, but one day I will be the greatest wizard.
Well, for now, why don't you be the greatest bedpan cleaner? And you know that you're very much low. You didn't graduate, and you've been there for a while, but you get the overall resentment. They're always taking digs at you for not graduating from the Arcane Tower under Master Zalphus. And you know good and well that they have things like unseen servants and mage hands and all sorts of things to clean their own bedpans. But it seems it's your lot for being here. I mean, so, anything other you wish to do in this moment, or get to the bedpans?
I'm just gonna get straight to the bedpans. I mean, if I want to learn, I gotta get things done. I gotta leave my time open to learn all the classes, get around the shop. Got to open my own school one day.
Well, you're listening in to the classes that Master Batillo is teaching. You're not getting the full experience, but you are picking up a thing or two. Far below the other wizards here. As you said, maybe that's going to change in the future. Eventually, you're led to one of the other tasks is inside of the main shop, people come. And a noble comes up and requests, tell me, Junor, is that wand of magic missiles ready for me? She says, of course. What's your name again?
Wiz. Call me Wiz.
Wiz. Well, that makes sense, because you're a bit of a half-baked wizard, aren't you? So half a wizard. I love that name.
I kind of do like a half-baked laugh, kind of in response to him, like,
It's a joke that's been made before. Now, to access the magical vault downstairs, there's a series of 4 switches which even you have been sworn to secrecy. But you go around, like there's one in the bathroom, 4 scattered around it, and you methodically go and click, 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 and go down to the basement level of the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities, where all the real versions of the illusionary magic items are upstairs. And you dutifully grab the wand of magic missiles. But not before you see the archmage of this thing. Well, you hear like a boop kind of a sound, and you can't help but wonder what's behind the door that you're never allowed to look behind. But do you hear groaning coming from the other side, and you hear this boomp sound? You know you're not supposed to open this door, but what do you do in this moment, Wiz?
well, I'm always seeking more arcane knowledge, so I believe my character would be very curious as to what's going on. So I'm going to walk up to the door and at the very least kind of get up against it and try to see if we can get a closer kind of listen in.
Or your first roll in this game, Corey. This is going to dictate how well your character goes for the rest of the campaign. Make me an Arcana check, please.
Oh boy, I'm good at that.
Oh, a 6
8.
on the dice.
Wiz.
You see the master. Did I do that right? Yes, you see Master Batir Ranbird, the head of the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities. And he's lying on the floor and he's not moving. What do you do?
I'm going to run up and I'm going to kind of shake him and see if he's still with us.
Yeah, a medicine check. Said your medicine is better than your Arcana. Your Arcana's pretty good.
A little bit. Ooh, much better.
He's very much definitely alive. You do the thing you're not supposed to do and you shake him and he doesn't move. But you eventually kind of get him in a recovery position. And eventually Master Batir Ranbird, who has barely deemed you worthy of talking to, looks you in the eye and says, "What did you see?"
Oh, well, I didn't get much of a look around. I saw you on the floor here, and that's just exactly what I went to. I didn't want to leave anything to chance. I mean, you being a great mage, I can learn so much from you. I don't know what would happen if you didn't make it.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 15.
Oh, very persuasive, Mr. Wiz. All right, look. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. I don't like you. I see no potential in you. I see nothing of value. I see you as an empty chasm. Anything I might teach you will just be disappeared in time. I don't like you, Wiz.
Well, that's part of the journey, is getting to show the people who don't believe in me how great I truly can be, and the face they will make on the day when I am a great wizard.
But it just ignores this whole great wizard talk. You keep on talking about it in the Emporium. They keep on ignoring you. They just think it's an absolute joke. So it's not even worthy of response. Oh, we're up here at 14, by the way. Here's the Emporium right here. Did you hear about the events that happened in the King's Games? And do you know, Corey, what happened at the King's Games? Because a Wiz definitely does.
Yeah, the king died, right?
Yep. I'm going to ask Baleson. There's more to the fact than just the king died. Do you want to expand on that sentence, please?
The king was killed, and by a demon version of the old queen, who defeated him in the semi-final of the battle, and then just pierced him and then said along the lines of, "I'll curse your soul to hells where we will meet again," and then disappear.
Well, they do say hell hath no wrath like a woman's scorn.
First queen, just as an aside, just died. No demonic possession, no assassination in the night, no unholy ghosts, just died. Just got sick and died. So nothing miraculous about her death or devilish about her death. Yet she has returned to kill the king, called him a kingslayer. So Master Ranbird says, that is right. You did help me in this moment. I guess I'm thankful for that. I need you to do me a favor.
Of course, sir. What can I do for you?
All these others apprentices, they're studying, and they wouldn't deem themselves worthy of this task I'm doing. But look, with the king dead, and a funeral coming up, and no doubt a coronation of the queen now, the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities is required to put in a representative. Well, it pains me to send one as grossly underqualified as you. I'd much rather you be there than I would be there.
I will be there for you, sir. I will go. I will represent the Emporium to the utmost respect. We will have customers flocking here from the respect I give at this coronation.
He waves his hand, and some your normal magical clothes are kind of the more elaborate magical clothes of an official representative of the Emporium of Magical Rarities. Don, so you now look the part. He says, look, the coronation begins at noon. I'll inform Lord Signmonda that you'll be present and representing us. Now, go back to your duties. I'm
going to kind of, when that happens, I'm going to kind of look down with like a very happy smile, because like I'm wearing the cool clothes now. I'm part of the club. And then I'm going to walk away and go off to what he told me to do.
Excellent. The morning comes. Well, first of all, I'm curious, what is Pastor Timothy going to do with this unexpected wealth on his bedstand?
Still not touching it. I think as Timothy will I think he will try to find, like, go out into the main area and try to find the least rich-looking member of staff and go up and say, excuse me, I was in a room 2 last night, and I believe someone left something in there that it was nothing to do with me. If you would like to clean it up, that would be very, that would be great. Don't go now. Like, it's fine. I'll clean up my stuff out, and once we leave, you can maybe clean up the mess. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be a bother.
Pastor Timothy. Her name's Madrika. She's one of the waitresses there. Rico takes good care of her, but she's still, just not well off. Okay, love. Clean up. Did you have a bit too much to drink last night?
Well, look, it's nothing to do with me. I think it might have been the previous occupants' stuff. It's just, like a little thing to clean up. It shouldn't take you too long.
Love, I'll get to it once just before the procession for the funeral. I'll do that for you, love. No worries.
Thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, as a favour to me, just maybe not mention it to Mr. Tyne or my fellow associates. I think it's a matter best just swept under the table, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, no problem, love. Mum's the word.
Thank you.
Right. The rest of you gather at the table, except for Wiz, of course, who will be joining the procession shortly. Anything you wish to do, you wish to say, or just get into the procession?
Pastor Timothy, I'm sure
yes,
with the coronation and everything, did I hear rightly, but was it your father who almost passed away? How do you feel about potentially seeing him again?
Well, you saw me that night, Bailson, and you stayed with me as long as I wished you to, which was very compassionate of you. And I think you saw me, and I don't think I'd be hiding anything from you when I said that I have mixed feelings about the family. But look, one more day with my father on the earth is great. It is great. It's complicated. It's complicated, Bailson. I'm sure you understand. Things between father.
Yeah. I very much understand.
I do think. I do think that for the meantime, I think it might be best if we all maybe steer clear of the Wildhammers. They've got a lot of stuff going on.
No, I agree, especially with everything that's happened, but I don't know, you haven't talked hide nor hear of him since saving his life. I was just wondering whether that might mean something to you. And If not, if we steer clear, then I totally accept that plan as well, and I support you in that as well. I just think it's sad.
It is sad, but there are complicated things going on, and like you said, there's so much turmoil in the kingdom right now. I think if we put family stuff to the side for a second and concentrate on the real politic, it might, things might work out for the best.
I think so too. And I can see we have been evading him. I was just foreseeing with him being so high up in the noble lineage that we might not be able to avoid him, and so I just wanted you to be prepared for seeing your father again.
That is quite possibly the nicest thing anyone's ever expressed to me. Bailson, I count you as a true friend, and I'm sorry I've dragged you into. My troubles aren't your troubles, hopefully. So let's. Yeah.
Well, no, look, I have to. I've grown quite fond of you, of all of us, actually, or three of us. Sorry, including myself. And believe you me, I think that your problems are our problems, very much so. And so therefore, we must all do our parts. And I just didn't want you to be caught off guard. I really do care about you.
Oh, my orcish friend. That's a tonic to my ears. Now, would you care to pray with me?
Oh, I'll pray. I'm not one of the religious type, but I will join you in this prayer.
And Pastor Timothy will lead off into a very long, very boring parable in the Book of the Redeemer, just trying to deflect all of this stuff. Looking up every now and again to see if Belson has gotten bored.
Deflection has been successful.
Excellent.
It was successful maybe in the after the first sort of allegory that you told, and then when you tell the next four, Belson's looking shifty. Like, can I sneak out? No, I'm not that talented yet.
Yeah. And so say we all.
So say we all.
And as we say all, we also say that redemption must come to all others, and all others say all.
So said them all.
And as they all said what they said, and a righteous gnashing of teeth was heard amongst the crowd, and the crowd said all, and so we all.
Hear, hear.
Hear, hear. Now, Belson, now we get to the real meat of the sermon. And if you've got another 15 to 20 minutes, I can really enlighten you on what the Redeemer truly believes about this. And I have my own thoughts. Footnotes.
Sorry, I do have to just go and buy a drink right now. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go to the bar. I need to quench my thirst. As I say, I'm not a religious person in the slightest, but I support you in your decisions and your faith, and I believe in your God. I just don't believe in the wholesale worship of them. I'm sure you understand, but I believe in the powers that gives you. So
well,
look,
the next time you've got to spare 4 to 6 hours, I believe I can sway you on that, so just let me know.
Yeah. And Balson goes to the bar and buys a tall glass of spirits.
Eventually, you hear the mutterings of the everybody in the bar, everybody in the Lucky Leap Tavern leaves, and they begin lining the streets. And you're ordered by Lord Simondur to meet just as they leave the Riverside Promenade, just as they leave the Noble District. And indeed, you see Lord Simondur out there at the front of the procession, riding on his horse, Miss Ivory, who of course you rescued. Once again, that the scars remain from the stable fire, but she looks as strong as she ever did. Lord Monda looks stoic as ever, but you can't help but notice tears running from both his eyes. Behind him is the royal carriage with the soon-to-be Queen Athena and the Queen Dowager, Queen Lyrencia. Of course, she was queen, but she wasn't queen by blood. So by the rights of royal ascension, Queen Athena is indeed right and proper that she should become queen. And behind that is a carriage with an open carriage with a casket of King Waldron Azanar. And it's being pulled along by horses. There's a couple of Crown's guards driving the horses. And behind that are some royal swords, some royal archers, and more horsemen as well, senior up in the royal army. And as the procession goes through, people are just wailing there. They're throwing roses and flowers at the feet of the king's casket, and everybody is just beside themselves with grief. But it wanders through the North District. And in the North District, they throw roses. In the Coin District, they throw the roses as well. Once he starts touring the South District, it doesn't go down to the shanties, the poorest of the poorest area. In the South District, there's more like dried flowers. They can't afford it. And eventually back up through the Sword District, where the House of the Soldier, where the forgers all come out and pay their respect. Everybody is terrible, just beside themselves with grief. And so that's the procession the route takes. Hector, Balson, Torque, Timothy, or even Wiz this time. Is there anything you wish to do during this procession?
So do we follow along with them?
Yep, you just come in more or less behind the carriage. That's where Lord Monda has instructed you to be. And Wiz, you're kind of at the back with other nobles who don't really have they're there because they're rich or they need to represent someone. So you're towards the back of the procession, Wiz.
I'm not going to do much. I think even my character would see this as a bad taste to try and flaunt himself or advertise the Emporium during the proceedings of a funeral.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I guess if there's anything Pastor Timothy is doing, he is scanning the crowd, just trying to clock if there is any undercurrent of like people who aren't that sad about everything going down. Still has an eye on some sort of political bent.
Sure. Make an insight check. There is a saying from the Drael states far to the south of here that you've heard. It's called May You Live in Interesting Times. Oh no, and it sounds like a blessing to start with, but is in fact a curse. Like when the Dark Angels ruled. Fascinating time, very interesting, but you wouldn't want to live with it. At the height of theocracy under the Church of the Redeemer, brutal theocracy. Very, very interesting times, but you wouldn't want to live there. These are indeed interesting times as these things transition. And you notice a lot of the merchants kind of talking amongst themselves about how they might maximize the possibilities, how they might manipulate Queen Athena into, boosting their profits. Times of transition are both interesting and potentially immensely profitable, immensely power plays, and you get that type of undertone that already now people are plotting. Can't really put a finger on any one particular person, but you get that sense around town that people are going to make plays soon. Eventually, once it's entered into the high districts, some commoners who decided to tag along are probably stopped by the palace gates, palace guards. You're taken across the King's Bridge into the palace itself. Well, not into the palace itself. Well, I guess it technically is. But the dungeon beneath there. And you're taken far beneath it. You're taken into the initial chamber where the first four kings of the kingdom are displayed as statues, rendered to a second auditorium, and then finally, as I drag your characters on, so Belson, so Hector, Pastor Timothy, Orc, and Wiz. Okay. Now these palace maps, while beautifully drawn, are actually quite massive. So this appears too fuzzy to you. Feel free to, the best way I find is to zoom all the way out and then zoom all the way in. You'll find yourself right here. And can you move Wiz around, Corey? Can you move this guy around? Just checking.
I can, yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay, proves everything's connected. So it enter the mausoleum, the funeral procession enters the mausoleum, and here is the final resting place for anybody of noble lineage. You see one for Queen Alyssa, the one that murdered the king somehow, and you see these sarcophaguses are all vertical, by the way. They're slightly odd that way. And you see one for everybody of note in the royal family down through the years. You see one for Prince Krasner, for example. Prince Krasner is there. And for whatever reason, the king already has a sarcophagus made, and the sarcophagus is carved in his likeness. So Lord Simonda, the Queen, still Princess Athena, some royal guards carry the coffin, and you guys may be feeling a little out of place amongst such pomp and circumstance. Lord Simonda, he says, well, it is up to me to give the final eulogy for King Waldwin. I have his family here. I have his beloved wife, Queen Laurencia, and his only surviving child, Princess Athena. look forward to the wise and benevolent reign, Princess Athena. And she just smiles in her uncomfortably not well-formed smile. It's almost like if it's not quite synced, like her left side of her lips smile in a different way to the right side of her lips. It's quite unsettling, but she smiles nevertheless. All right, I've sworn to protect the kingdom. And now he puts his hand on the coffin. It's like Graham Hendry smiles, yes. And he says, I failed you, my king. I failed protecting your son. And I failed protecting you. And this is going to have to live with for a long time. But now, my friends, it is time to bury the king. And just as he says that, the mood changes slightly. And this very odd tune starts playing, and it's unsettling. At first, everybody looks around looking for the source of this song, but it's odd. Everybody please make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you. Yep. Liz, that's a success. And Bowson, that's a failure. Torque, that's a success. Just put those. So Bowson and Hector. Whatever this effect is, you're affected by it. We'll get to that when it's your turn. The doors that were open to the south of you immediately slam shut. Boom. With a noise. Oops. Opening the doors, locking the doors. The doors, whoops, slam shut. Lord Simonda, there's that tune on those doors. What's going on? And you notice up north here, this happens to be the statue of Prince Krasnar. And Prince Krasnar famously wielded a polearm. The polearm was his weapon of choice. And he's holding up a stone version of the polearm in his sarcophagus. But the polearm detaches. Boom. And it's a ghostly... Oh, sorry, glaive. It's glaive he's famous for. And you hear a voice echoing around it. And it says, murder. Your line will end here. Your deed will be avenged. Everybody, please.
Roll for initiative.
Ew.
Hello.
But I clicked on myself.
I know, I'm trying to click on myself too. So big.
Yeah.
Doesn't like moving.
Yeah.
I clicked on myself too, but
There you go. Well,
would you like me to roll again and then just change it?
Yep. Just manually change it, whatever you want.
don't know why it's rolling twice, but it is. Oh, is that a barbarian thing?
It's not letting me add my 10.
What did you roll,
So
Hector?
try clicking on your character again, and then roll it again. And then we'll just add one in. What the first roll was.
I'm unfamiliar of how to add my initiative. after
Can't do
rolling
it.
it.
But you did roll it. Did you roll it?
Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a 10.
Okay, so usually you'd click on your character first and then roll initiative and
Okay.
then everything would do it. But if you've forgotten, click on Wiz, right click on Wiz and click on Add Turn. Now see how you come up as a 0? You should be able to edit that 0 with what your actual number is. I did it twice. Let's go to the turn order thing. You might need to scroll to the bottom. There you go. So if you forget, you can always just manually do it that way.
Gotcha.
It's not letting me change mine.
What should it be, Hector?
14. Thank you.
Yeah, same here. Mine should be 11.
Who are you? Pastor Timothy.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, there are several noble people here representing the noble houses. No member of the actual, like there's no Wildhammers here. There's no actual head of the Gorso families. There's no head of the Caramosa families. But representatives are here. And they just scream and run. And they all head south, heading towards the door, even though they heard them lock. And they all start bashing against the door, rather pathetically, as they scream and they run away from the site. Lord Simonda says, "I'll be damned if I lose another royal member under my family. Defend the Queen and the Princess at all costs." And he rushes forward. These guys scatter away to confront this ghostly glaive. He takes his dash turn to get up there, but he does. Balson. This tune is really getting into your head. So much so that you're not sure what to do, and you panic so much that you take 3 points of psychic damage, and all you can do is hold your ears as this ghastly tune infects you. And that's your turn, Balson, but you can make a wisdom saving throw again at the end of your turn.
Okay, so I can't do anything else. I've just
No.
got- The noise! The noise! Wisdom save, wisdom save. 18.
18. You do shake it off, but that happens at the end of your turn. So you're good. You
Ugh.
regain your senses. Tick, tick, tick. Princess.
Be
Athena.
wise, everybody.
Fuck out of my way! And she rushes forward. And normally, people would just, oh, this is so laggy, would get out of her way, but there's like a wall of commoners there that are in her way, and she can't get past them. She says, "Ew!" And she gets out some claws and viciously rakes across the back of one of the nobles, and he screams, but he continues banging on the back of the door. Hector, you two are overcome by this tune, this ghastly tune, whatever it is. You take, whoops, not a d8, a d6. Ooh, you take 6 points of psychic damage, and I need you to make me another wisdom saving throw.
Too easy.
Yeah, you're stuck for a while. Pastor Timothy, you are not affected by this tune. What do you do?
I will click on myself and move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I can, if they're all allies, I can move through their spaces and end up just in front of Queen Laurentia. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. It's 60 feet to Simonda. I would like to uh, 30 foot. I would like to distance spell cast Bless so that I can affect Signmonder, Baleson, and Torque.
And talk. Okay, with the long spell. Okay, bless.
Yep.
Yep.
And with Voice of Authority, I'll let Signmonder make an attack if he so chooses.
Okay, Lord Signmonder brings out his massive maul, the one that he's famous with. It's almost as big as he is in his dwarven form. But he takes the opportunity to swings with his maul, but it just clatters against the glaive. No damage done.
And that will be my turn.
Hey, cool. Now I'm just going to show the entire map. I think it's slowing down. That. Do you see the whole map now?
Is there a very dark back square?
There's one big dark square.
Yeah.
View full page. Hide full page.
I can see the whole of this room at least.
Yeah, I can see the whole of this room and behind us. And there's just a black square to the right.
Yeah, I can see everything but the black square. Black square is the only thing in the map that I can't see.
Yeah.
I don't know. This map's just a bit too big and cumbersome, but we'll go with it. Let me try that one more time.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Hopefully that'll speed things up a little bit. Even feels a little bit more responsible. Okay, Pastor Timothy, you cast Bless. Lord Signmonder takes a swing, but it misses. Wiz, the representative of the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities. What do you do?
How dark is it in this room? Is it like really well lit, or is it kind of dark where people are going to be like tripping if they're panicking?
There's continual flame torches all around. It's quite well lit.
Okay. Then I am just going to cast Guiding Bolt on the big enemy here.
Glaive? Sure.
Yes, the glaive. I was spacing on the word.
No problem.
I'm sure an 11 does not hit.
Yeah. The chaos of the moment has gotten to you, and it doesn't even hit it. Lord Signmonder at least hit it, but it didn't do damage, but the Guiding Bolt just whoosh, flows wide.
That is actually, I am going to use my bonus action. What is the range of this? Pretty sure.
Dinner time.
I am going to I'm going to yell some wizardly words to Signmonder, giving him a D6 on his next choice of action.
Ah, okay.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'll treat that like almost like a bardic inspiration, a D6 on stuff. Okay, excellent. And do you stay where you are, Wiz?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of stay in the safety of this mosh pit down here.
Sure. The words you heard at the start of this combat continue to echo around the chamber. Your line will end here, and your deed will be avenged. And it takes a swing at Lord Signmonder. Boomf. Rolling a 17, which is not enough to get through it. His defenses. And the ghostly glaive head south. Lord Signmonder is going to take another swing at it. really slowing it down. There we go. Lord Signmunder. Take a swing with his maul as it goes past. And he connects with a 22. Absolutely just roundhouses and slams into it with his maul. He says, take that, you bastard. And he looks in horror as the glaive has taken no damage at all from that blow. And he looks at his maul and says, shit. Protect the queen and the princess at all costs. And this soldier, Knight of the Crown, goes and physically drags Queen Laurencia. And for once, she seems, they look genuinely panicked. As you normally wouldn't put your hand on a queen, but they're sworn to protect her, so they do. And they charge forward. And Princess Athena is like, she's down. And the Knight of the Crown says, but they're civilians, ma'am. I know we just got them down. I'm going to be a queen, and that's my order. And he swings his long sword, swings it again, and cuts down one of these noble figures. That's it. That's it. Space. This guy does the same thing. He swings his sword again. And yeah, this one guys go down as that's it. That's it. I'm getting out of here. Torque, what do you do?
I would like to cast a Divine Sense, since the thing is now within 60 feet of me anyway, as my first action. Oh, why am I crossed out? Or is there somebody dead underneath me?
Dead underneath. Oh no, sorry, it's this thing here. Just a sec.
It's a hell of an attack.
Sorry.
Don't make Torque dead.
Torque's not dead. Sorry, I think you were there, Torque. So you want a Divine Sense? Sure. Pop it up. And
Is this a feeling of undead, or suppose that's what I'm looking for, or fiend?
it's not undead. It is not a demon. It's not a devil. And it's not whatever the other one was. No Divine Sense. That's none of those things.
Yeah, what trickery is this? So anyway, I am going to advance, at least, to try and act to protect. So I will go up 2, 3, 4, diagonal, 5, 6 to be next to Pastor Timothy, attempting to block the path of this fiendish, but not fiend blade, and I think that's all I can do.
Okay, rushing up. Okay, so rush forward, excellent. And Queen Laurencia just passes forward and advances forward, and she kind of snarls at both Wiz and Belson. Protect me as if your life depends on it, because it does. She comes over and just, with not a care in the world, stomps on the body of the noble that fell there just to get in position, just so she can get behind her loyal knights. Swing to the top of the round. The commoners continue to bash on the door, and nothing happens. It's appeared a long shot. Lord Signmunder rushes down. God damn it! My maul has never failed me before. It is not going to fail me today. And he swings his maul once, and twice, and once again clangs both time. This thing is impossible to kill. Somebody better come up with a smart idea quick, or this thing will slaughter us where we stand. Ailson, having got rid of your melancholy, what do you do?
So is the glaive floating by itself, or is it attached to an arm?
Actually, make a perception check.
Alright, cool. My perception. There you go. 1.
Oh,
Okay.
If what glaive?
Yeah. I'm gonna take an action 1. Oh man, this is so slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna take a dash action, and I'll move right up next to it.
Go.
My computer is really trying to crunch this. And I'll give it an attack as well. I don't have smart ideas. I punted all my smart things. So action. Yeah, I'll take a short attack. That's a 19
blessed.
hit.
You are
Nice.
blessed as well.
Yeah, roll your best.
I'm blessed. Yep. Yeah, I forgot that. Come on. Slow computer. Slow computer. Here we go. That is 20.
20, you line up your short sword and you give it a thermal whack on the hilt. Roll damage.
Oh. Okay. Here we go. Just without the sneak attack and just the first roll. So
Furious
5
attack.
piercing.
You know this would cut a normal longsword in half, perhaps, or maybe a low quality one at that. Has no damage. 0 damage.
All right.
There's not even
I'm going
not
to.
even a small indentation in the sword. Like, just literally nothing.
I'm just going to move there so give other people a thing, and it's like it doesn't seem to take piercing damage either. Crash.
Princess Athena says, "Bye," and she's going to make a contested strength check. That's her one. It's a 9 and 15. The guy refuses to get out the way, bashing the door. And Princess Athena says, "You kill him first." Hector, you take 2 points of psychic damage, and I need another wisdom saving throw from you, as his ghastly tune continues to ring through your ears. Oh! You shake off your melancholy, and you, no, that's not as horrific as that tune, Riley. But, yeah. So you shake it off, and you're good to go. Next turn, though. Pastor Timothy, you see... Lord Simonda would be there. You see, Lord Simonda not knowing what to do. What do you do, Pastor Timothy?
Well, this thing doesn't seem to be stopping. I fish around and I find the net of entanglement. I'm like, maybe this will fucking do it. And I throw the net of entanglement on it.
Do you remember what that is?
It needs to make DC 15 dex save, will be restrained.
Ah. Go. What was the DC, sorry?
15.
16.
Oh.
With deafness you wouldn't expect from a ghostly glaive, the net of entanglement just goes wide.
Right. Well, in that case, I will move forward 1 square, just far enough to reach out. No, I won't reach out. I'll cast with my bonus action Sanctuary upon myself.
Sanctuary on yourself, so wisdom saving throw to attack
Actually,
you.
no, I won't. I won't. I don't have it prepared. I didn't prepare it.
All right.
Ah.
I will instead. I'll instead move forward one more square and proclaim. Proclaim, halt! Halt, you devilish item! Halt, you devilish item, and I will cast Word of Radiance. And it has a Constitution DC 13 saving throw. And I've been kicked out of roll 20, so.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. And
Yeah.
it rolls a 19.
It makes that, so it takes no damage whatsoever.
All right.
But I said a thing. I did say a thing. I moved and I said a thing. Yeah. So thank you. That's my turn. And I will try to reload roll 20.
Okay. Wiz, you're up.
It'll be interesting to see how the princess and queen respond to this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast 3rd level Major Image.
Okay.
Back here to make a perfect replica of the king.
Whereabouts, sorry? Where did you...
Back by where the glaive originally came from.
Okay. Alright, let me get a...
Ooh!
And then I'm also going to move to kind of be back to potentially support the other cast. And that's all I'll do.
So how does Major Image work?
I don't think I can do anything with it on the turn I summon it, but it's not a summon, it's an image, but it in all ways, shapes, and form is a perfect recreation of what you did, from sounds, image, all that. And then on my following turns, I can make it make sounds, even have conversations.
So it's just there at the moment, but next turn you can do interesting things.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
And do you stay where you are, Wiz?
I move up a little bit, in front of the coffin.
Sure.
But that's it.
And this voice continues to repeat, "Murderer, your line will end here and your deed will be avenged." And the ghostly glaive does a big swipe and attacks Balson, Pastor Timothy, and Signmonder all at the same time. So we'll start with Balson. It's a 14 hit Balson. I think that misses. Continues to swing towards Pastor Timothy. Rolls a 21, which I'm pretty sure hits Pastor Timothy.
It's a big hit, yeah.
11 points of force damage. And can you make a Constitution saving throw, please, to maintain your concentration? DC 10. Oh, Bless goes down. No more blessings happening around here. Right, and then takes one more swipe towards Signmonder. Rolls a 24. Signmonder can't block that, and he takes 10 points of damage. The Knight of the Crown says, "Oh Lord Signmonder says, for all hold the front line. Your priority is the Queen and the Princess." This guy says, and he pats down this noble right in front of him. And Princess Athena keeps on screaming, "Get the ball out the way! Get the ball out the way!" And they're cut down one by one, so there's a pile of bodies at this front door, and that's what the knights are going to do. Torque! Oh, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cast my bonus action spell, which is to magicify my flail.
Sure.
So I'm going to cast that.
Magic weapon, nice.
Then I'm going to advance to block the path and attempt two attacks.
Oh.
Or the attacks with the flail. So
Your magically
here's my
enhanced
plus.
flail. Yep.
So it's 14.
Doesn't even hit. It dodges out the way.
Alright, well, second swipe is 19.
19 hits it, and it. But you don't do any damage.
6 bludgeoning, 7 bludgeoning up, pull up. So no apparent effect.
No apparent effect.
Okay.
And just to be clear, the red tomb I've put a red square around, that's Prince Krasner's, and the blue one is where the king is to be buried. So technically this is an empty sarcophagus. And this here is Prince Krasner's one. Okay, Torque, yeah. Seems ineffective. Anything else?
Nope. So it's not a fiend and it's not undead. This is some magical work. I'm going to state because that's my opinion.
All right. Queen Lyrencia says, "You fools! Clear these bodies out the way and then work on this door." And the other nobles who have seen what happened, they just scatter to the four winds, find somewhere in the tomb to cower. Lord Signmunder, if anybody's got a good idea, now's the time to say it, because I'm out of ideas.
Grab the glaive. Grab the glaive.
All right. And he's going to try and grapple the glaive. It's going to roll that. And he gets a good grip on it. All right, I've got it. But it almost seems to like come ethereal for just a second to break his grasp. And he looks up. That's not it. Cat! He swings at his maul again. Missing. He is panicked as the next person. Hello, Dad. I don't think we should stay close to this, guys. You saw how much it attacked us all at once. I'll take one for the team. And he backs off, invoking an attack of opportunity from the glaive, which swings and hits him for another 11 force points of damage. But that's its reaction gone. Bailson, what do you do?
I'm going to... Sorry. Just see how far away I am. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take a dash action.
Sure.
And move over here. Thing is crazy today. And see if this tomb has been tampered with at all.
Make an investigation or a perception check. Your choice.
My man is so computer slow. Yeah, so tempted to take investigation perception. Yeah, this map's killed us. I can get my real dice out.
Sure,
here we go.
Want.
Yeah, perception. Yeah, perception or investigation. I make an investigation check.
Oh, you're not very perceptive or investigative either. But that's a good roll.
I got 15. Yeah.
You pay close attention to this like upright sarcophagus, and you look at the seam where it is, and there's dust there that appears that it hasn't been disturbed in maybe since he was buried here. But you do notice something interesting as well. The glaive that he is wielding, the stone one, it's still stone there. And you noticed an ever so faint bit of... Whoops, that's not the right tool. Ever so small, wispy kind of thing that connects the stone glaive to the real glaive.
Right. And was that my turn to investigate it, or was
Certainly
that
was.
reaction? Okay. I yell out. There's some sort of magical tendril connecting the spectral glaive to the stone one.
You still have a bonus action there, yeah?
I have a bonus action. There's not a lot that I can do with my bonus action, to be perfectly honest.
Because one thing a barbarian can always do with their bonus action.
A barbarian, yeah, but I don't really want to use my rage right now. I'm going to stay where I am. Yeah, no, that's it.
Princess Athena says, "Get the fuck out of my way!" And she grabs a body and she grabs both bodies and throws them aside. You! Break down the door! He says, yes, your majesty. Hector, back in the game. The tune is still playing, but you're above it now. What do you do?
Magic, is it? I'll spend 1 key point to activate my tentacle.
Oh.
You hear that, magic man? We have need of you. I'm going to grapple Wiz.
Okay.
Do you resist?
No. I'm a little like, whoa.
Yeah, this guy's got a literal tentacle
Whoa.
for an arm, so there's that
At
whole
least buy me
scene.
dinner first.
I'm then going to take the dash action and sprint and drag him over here.
You can move half your speed and drag him over there.
Oh, okay.
Since you're
And I
dragging
only
him.
get...
If you've got the grappler feat, I think you can move full speed.
Okay.
I think, but check it out.
Okay, reading... I don't see where it says...
Oh, that might be a 2024 thing.
So, since you used your action to grapple him, you can only move 30 feet anyway. And so you're going to drag Wiz right up next to you, is that right?
Yep.
So like that?
You're not
Wiz?
behind me.
Behind you, other side, like that?
Yep.
Okay. You're okay with that, Wiz?
Yep.
Now, technically, you still have one more action, if you like. One more attack.
Oh, good measure. I'll try and throw him a little further. Athletics?
Sure.
Do I get advantage because I'm grappling him?
No. Just a normal athletics. Well, mind you, if Wiz isn't going to resist this, unless you roll a natural 1, which you don't. Wiz, are you happy to be thrown?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to add like a somersault to it to kind of like be like, whoa, like I'm here, like everybody look at me, I'm the magic man.
Right, the magic man is put in position by Hector. Okay, nice. Is it your turn, Hector?
Yep.
As Pastor Timothy is next to this ghostly glaive, Lord Simona says, "Do whatever you can, then keep your distance." Pastor Timothy?
Your wish is my command, Lord. I will run 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6. Back this way. And Yeah, that's touch. That's 60 feet. I'm going to use my action to. No, I think I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. Yeah.
All right.
Weak turn.
Wiz, you have there's major image, I assume it's concentration.
Yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up to the statue of Krasnar, and in an attempt to buy time so that hopefully people can get out, I'm going to have the major image say in like kind of how the king would say it, can a man even attend his own funeral without something attacking? And then that's going to end my turn.
Okay, I'm just looking at the details of the major image.
It's quite long.
Not larger than
Feels like 6 seconds to me.
Yeah, it takes my action.
Okay. So the king, and looking like the king, sounding like the king, moving like the king with all his mannerisms, says, can't a man even attend his own funeral? And the sword turns around and it's got its attention, and it's going to take a turn to try and determine if it's real or not, because it's obviously unusual that such an illusion is here. What's your spell DC?
It is 14.
It's a flat 14. So 14 or higher is going to know that it's real.
Oh!
Zarva to attack the king. Torque, you can have attack of opportunity if you like.
No, well, we don't think that's been particularly effective, have we? So I don't think that wise. No.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, first of all, the glaive is going to swing in an arc, and it's going to hit Pastor Timothy, maybe. His first swing. Oh, a 22, it does hit Pastor Timothy for 9 points of force damage. And what happens...
Oh, dear.
So it says physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion and things can pass through it. Actually, take those hit points back, Pastor Timmy. Take those 9 hit points back, because it's used its action to investigate, to work out, and it thinks it's real. On its next turn, it's probably going to get a rude awakening to discover that it's not real. Okay, so it just tries to work out what's going on, launches forward. The kings desperately try to knock down the door. They're going to need a 19 or 20 on this dice. They bash and they bash. They don't get through. Torque, what do you do?
So after the mention of the ethereal flame thing, I'm going to move next to Prince Krasnar's tomb, his casket, his sarcophagus. 2, 3, 4, 5, diagonal 6. I'm going to swing with my +1 magical flail against the stone flail to see if that has any effect. So
The red is Krasnar, yeah?
Red is Krasnar.
Yeah.
That's the king.
So it's a dirty 20.
Yep, you're attacking the King's Casket, where Baelson and Wiz is Prince Krasner's.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't have been within distance of that then?
Nope. You can dash
Okay,
into
so
the next
sorry.
round.
Well, I could, but I could also stand here. I'm going to move a little closer. That puts me within 30 feet and still in contact with this. I'm going to throw a javelin.
Okay. Make an attack.
So I take it you want me to roll again despite my
Oh no,
previous
keep
roll?
the 20.
Okay.
Keep the 20, that's fine.
Okay.
20 hits, roll damage.
So this is just my javelin, which is non-magical. 5 points of piercing.
You hit the
Does.
the glaive, and you do just a slightest amount of chip on it. Not much at all, but it is damageable, unlike the glaive, in your opinion anyway. Is that your turn?
But there's been no change in the glaive itself that I'm standing next to. No
Nope.
visible.
No.
Nope. Okay. Well, technically I could fire a second javelin off, so I'm going to. Which is again a dirty 20.
Yeah, roll damage.
And 8 points of damage, piercing kind.
This time you do some noticeable damage on the ghostly glaive, on the stone glaive. Some damage has been done.
But the other glaive that's next to me still appears pristine.
Yep.
Okay, well, tried something.
All right. Queen
Next.
Laurencia continues to bark out orders. Commoners continue to run into corners and cower. They're just... They shouldn't be here, but here they are nevertheless. Lord Signmunder says... he can't help himself. He is going to rush up here and attack the glaive. The vision that Wiz created is just too much for him. My king! Don't know what's going on, but I will defend you as I always have. It's once, it's twice done. No damage. He seemed to be leading more with his heart than his head. Baelson.
When I look at that magical tendril, does it look like it's emanating from a particular point of it, or is it just sort of coming from the entire glaive itself?
Glaive to glaive, no particular point.
I'm going to take one step up there, and I'm going to try and, I guess, like, see if I can break off the end of the glaive, if that makes sense. Like, grab it and really just put my strength into it and try and rip the top of the glaive off.
I mean,
You can certainly try.
Now, what would that be a strength check, would it? Or
but
an athletics check?
I'll let you know that it's going to be quite high. It is literally made of stone. And
Yep.
You'll be... Yeah, sure, make an athletics check.
Okay.
Doesn't budge. These sarcophaguses are made of the highest quality with no expense spared. Maybe it's reinforced even, but it doesn't break.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do it. No, that's me.
Tissafina says, "Open the goddamn door! I'm not gonna say it again!" Hector.
I do everything myself. Torque, if you want to get over there, you could only have said. I'm going to try and grapple Torque. You gonna resist?
I don't know what you're doing, but I've thrown my spears. I'm fine. Have at it.
Okay. I am going to drag you towards the sarcophagus. One of you can figure out how to deal with this.
Ray, talk like over here. You yourself would be about there. Come on.
Then I'll make a grapple against the sword, even though that...
Sure. Grapple away. You grab hold of the sword, but then the sword almost ethereally moves through your hand. It appears ungrabbable. You know what I'm trying to say. You cannot grapple the sword. It's literally impossible to do that.
In that case, I'll use my bonus action to shove Lord Simonder.
To what? To Simonder, sorry?
I'm gonna give him a shove because he's nicely next to the blade.
What do you mean give him a shove? Like, you want to move him somewhere?
Yeah. I mean, to keep our distance, no?
Sure, he takes a step back. Well, we'll say we use a grapple action on him and pull him back a little bit. Alright. Pastor Timothy.
Right. I can see what's going on here, and I would like to... cast I'll cast Healing Word on Torque.
Don't on who? Because I don't think I've been hit. Was it only Simonder that's been forcibly smashed into yourself?
I know you look pretty good, but I really want you to have another attack,
All right,
given the voice of authority.
I see. Well, I'm feeling good, and since I have my flail handy, I'm just going to have a smash at this the statue's glaive.
Okay.
Let's see how we do on that. It's 21.
Oh, that hits.
And 10 points of damage plus 1, 11 points of damage.
And it does significant damage to the glaive holding it. Might take a few more excellent hits like that, Torque, but you're on your way. Anyway, Pastor Timothy. That was your bonus action?
That was my bonus action. Bonus action spell. I can cast an action cantrip. I will against better judgment, move away from the thing up to here, taking an attack of opportunity, I imagine, and cast guidance on Baleson.
Guidance
Okay.
Baleson. Oh, interesting. Plus there, and that is technically a concentration spell. All right. The glaive does take a swing at you. Whoops. But it just swings and goes wide. It rolls a... Wow, but it's a 14. Does a 14 hit, Master Timothy?
A 14 meets it. It meets my armor class. Hits.
9 points of force damage. And no need to make a concentration check as you moved and then cast the spell. So 9 points of force damage. All right, excellent. Wiz, you've been dragged up here by this weird tentacle boy. What do you do?
I'm going to first try to. Can I roll like an Arcana on the glaive to see if there's like anything I can tell? Okay. 14.
I think above and beyond what I think it was Torque worked out that there's some type of connection between the stone glaive and the ghostly glaive.
I'm going to go, well, nothing magical at play here. And then I'm going to offer some wizardly advice to Baleson that if it doesn't move, push a little harder. And I'm going to give him a D8 for his next ability check that he wants to use it on.
Similar to a bardic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes, a bardic inspiration dice.
All right.
And that's my turn.
The bardic inspiration dice is given. The glaive takes a swing at the king, and the blade passes completely through it. But the blade continues to spin, going for Hector. Oh, 27 to hit. I assume you can't do anything about that, Hector, as you take 9 points of force damage. And it swings on Lord Simonda as well, rolling a natural 20. Doing 30 points of damage to Lord Simonda. Ouch! Lord Simonda, being the legendary hero that he is, he takes it. The Knights of the Crown try desperately to break down the door. Need a 19 or 20. They don't. The Queen and the Princess are just screaming at them. Torque, what do you do?
Well, this theory that I have that damaging the source of the magic might help, I'm going to do 2 more attacks on the statue. The glaive in the statue.
Mm-hmm.
Comes the first, which, despite the fact that it's a stationary object, I managed to foul my swing. And here comes the second, which is a 16.
Just bounces off harmlessly. That's a miss.
Oh, okay. 17. Sorry, it's a +1 flail. I keep forgetting that it's magical. Does that make a difference?
No, misses.
No, okay. Well, that didn't work very well.
Queen Lyrencia continues to bark out orders. The commoners who aren't dead continue to panic. Lord Simonda says, all right. You're not the king. Get your head in the game, Simonda. And he comes up, and he too is going to try and attack this glaive. So we're taking a attack of opportunity. Well, it attacks a stone glaive. Going to swing his maul once. Once. Misses with a 7. Misses with a 9. The presence of the king is too unsettling for him. Baleson, you are guided for ability checks, but not for attacks. What do you do, Baleson?
I'm guided, and I can also use that D8 in an ability check as well.
Yeah, but yeah. So
Do those stack?
Yeah, they do.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna rage, so I get advantage on strength checks. I'm gonna try and do the same as what I did last time. Okay. So advantage on athletics. 22.
Big.
Yeah, and I'm going to add the D4, but I've lost my ability to roll the D4 on my thing, my roll 20. Not my roll 20, on my D&D Beyond. Is there a way I can roll a D4 here? There's a dice. There's a D4. Oh, it's a 3. So that's 25. And should I use the D8, guys? I may as well. Go big or go home, right?
Go big or go home. Take the advice.
Here we go. 30. I rolled a 30 athletics. I'm trying to rip at least part of the glaive off.
You managed to wrench off the blade of the top of the glaive. Like there's a long, a wooden thing, and you rip off the top of it. There's still it's like a glaive with a blade at the bottom as well, but you've done serious damage to the statue. Still take a few more hits, but it's a good start.
And then I throw the broken glaive at the glaive if I can, not expecting to hit for damage or anything like that, just as a bit of bit of fun.
Cool. Okay, Princess Athena continues to scream at the guards to get the door open. Hector, you're right up front there. What do you do?
If I move out, he'll get an attack of opportunity against me, won't he?
He's used it.
If you disengage.
No, you can just... You're free to move Hector. It's used its reaction, so you're good.
Well, I will move back here. Don't have anything to do. I will cast Chromatic Orb at it.
Sure.
At the glaive statue.
Sure, make an attack roll. I believe that's how that works. 20 hits, roll damage.
I think acid would work well here.
Yep, starts corroding the statue a little bit. You guys feel you're making progress. It's not a lot of progress, but you're hacking away at this glaive, hoping beyond hope that it'll work. Hey, do you stay there, Hector?
I think I'll grab Wiz again and move back a little more.
Would take your action, wouldn't it?
I have 2 actions, no?
You have
You have
Oh,
two
no,
attacks.
not for spells, yeah.
2 attacks, but...
Okay, I'll stay here then.
Alright, okay, cool. Okay, Pastor Timothy. You're right up next to this statue of Prince Krasnor. What do you do?
I've seen what our new friend the satyr has done, and I think it's a fucking wonderful idea. So I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Is the king?
And as the king, yes.
Sure.
And run this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. As I get to this point, I'll say, "Hey, Glavey, you haven't got me yet, man. I'm out here doing all the things I do. Come and get me."
The glaive could be confused. Looking at 2 kings. Yeah, the glaive looks confused. We'll see how that pans out on its turn. Make a deception check, Pastor Timothy.
Whoa.
That's pretty good. Okay, we'll see how that pans out. Wiz, what would you like to do?
Well, first off, just as I'm sure 24 is great, but I'm also going to use my last roll of wizardly advice to combine that with cutting words as a reaction to Timothy doing that check, to also make it so that the glaive has to roll a D8 minus on that check if they're trying to contest it. And I'm going to go What do you think of that? Two kings? I ain't hear no bell. And then I'm gonna go to my actual turn, and I'm just gonna kind of join in with everybody, and I'm gonna headbutt the statue.
That's a D8, so effectively that's a 28
Plus
now.
2.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely headbutt the glaive. Very unwizardly of you, and maybe you should stick to more wizardly ways, because that does absolutely nothing. Oh, with your satyr horns, though. All right, yeah, usually could be ineffective. In this case, it wasn't, unfortunately.
That's all I do.
Well done.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
You've got its attention. It's going to take a swing at you.
Oh shit, oh shit.
And I'm going to say, well, it depends if this hits or not, I guess. It's a natural 20 hits.
Yeah.
Take 8 plus 7, 15 points of damage.
I'm down.
Oh no!
Long live the king! The king is dead! Ah!
And needless to say that the illusion is shattered, or maybe all sorts of things. But yeah, the knights scream, "Get that!" The queens scream, "Get that door down!" They continue to bash and bash and bash, but it doesn't move. Torque, still bardically inspired by a wizard. That's weird. Where's a quick look round? This is the only open casket. There's a king's one. He's about to be placed there. Yep.
Right. Well, I don't think I was bardically inspired, was I? That was Balsam. So maybe we clicked on the wrong one there, but it doesn't matter.
Yep.
So I will launch 2 more of my flail attacks against the statue's glaive. We have a natural 20.
Right.
Oh!
Yeah, a natural 20 not rolled by the DM, yes.
And technically that was actually a 26, just in case anybody's, because there's still the +1, and there's also well, that was useless. So 3 and 7. Oh well, +1 to each of those because it's on the dice, is it not?
No.
Yep.
No.
So
no, just +1. Your +1 for your magic weapons happens at the end.
Once
it's
okay,
done.
so that was, what was that? 10 + 1, 11.
11. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you do a bunch of damage. It's almost falling off.
Natural
but it's not quite
20!
with your natural 20.
I don't think I'm doing anything else at the moment other than focusing my attention on smashing up this royal statue and hoping that I'm not going to get in trouble with the royal family for desecrating Prince Krasnar's tomb.
Let's see. Nobles are either bleeding out on the ground or running away around screaming. Lord Signmundar, for the king! And I'll say whiz with your passive perception of the 15. You notice when he says for the king as he's swinging his maul, Princess Athena, soon to be queen, stops screaming at people and cussing them out to pause and just glare at Lord Signmundar. Boom! Swings with his maul. Boom! Misses! Boom! Misses! Lord Signmundar is not doing great.
I don't know if it makes a difference, but he also has the D8 Bardic Inspiration.
I'm going to say those rolls are so pathetic, but he might save them for next time. Because the DM knows a D8 is not going to help him. Balsam, though. What can Balsam do?
He doesn't have any healing abilities, so he's not going to help Pastor Timothy. Yeah, just try and bash the stone.
All right.
That's all he can really do. That's the best way. Okay, here we go. And I've lost my rage because I haven't taken any damage, right?
Sure. Yeah.
clicked it. Did it come through? No. Okay. I'm just going to roll a d20, add +6 to this.
That absolutely hits.
So 23, and then it is 6 + 3. I don't get sneak attack on this because of the people next to it, eh?
No, it's
5 damage.
5 damage. Actually, this might be helpful to you, Bailson.
Yeah.
See up the top where you got your chat and the book thing? There should be a thing there with 3 kind of things on it called collection. Do you see that?
Yep.
Click on that and you'll see macros. You'll see ones that says D4, D6. Click on the one that says in bar next to it. And then you'll notice it appears down below.
Macros.
Oh.
Sorry, what do I need to type? Macros?
No, you don't need to type anything. Up in the top right, you've got your chat window, your journal, your my settings, and then there's 3 things. Kind of looks like.
Oh yeah, I got you now. Yep.
And it says macros underneath that.
Yep.
Now see, click on the one that says D20, for example, in bar.
In bar. It just says rollable tables. None of them say that.
Oh, wait a minute.
But show macro quick bar. I got you note. Yeah. Show the macro quick bar.
Sorry. You should see a D20 there now.
Yeah, I do.
Click on in bar.
Oh yeah.
And then you see down in the bottom left, it should say a D20 there now. That could be an easier way as opposed to doing /R D20.
Oh yeah, I was just clicking that in the bar anyway. I've got the dice section. I've just been clicking on the dice roller.
Oh, okay.
Yep, all good.
Okay, so that's your first attack. Got another attack up your sleeve?
No, I'm a thief barber.
Okay, so no 2 attacks.
So no, I don't. No.
Get the door open! I'm not gonna say it again! And she takes a swipe at one of the guards and does some damage to one of the guards, but... What are you gonna do? Hector, what do you got?
Sir Timothy! No! I will move over to here and grapple him.
Grab past it, Timothy? Sure. You can't resist.
I'll spend a key point so I can move another 20 feet. That will drag us back over to here. You should be right next to Torque.
Timothy, boop, right there.
It will be okay.
That's your turn, Hector?
That will be the end of my turn. I do not think I can... Yeah, no, I can't give him aid yet.
Mr. Timothy, probably roll me a death saving throw, please. Like that. Oh, you've already done it. Okay, noted. Okay.
Had it in the tank.
Yep, I got it. Okay, Wiz, what do you got?
Not a lot. I think I'm just gonna go with the ram again. I mean, I want to feel like I'm fitting in here, so I'm just gonna do what everybody else is doing, and I'm gonna hit it with my head again.
Don't do that. We're idiots.
Now that's thinking with your head.
Well, my intelligence isn't very high.
It just got a little lower.
That's not gonna hit.
A little bit of pain damage. Okay.
That's all I can do.
Okay, very cool though. Let's see.
The king is dead. It really thinks that it just killed the king. It's fine. 28 deception.
Do you lose your illusion when you go down as well?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
The sound of defeat.
lose your illusion too?
Okay. this ghostly glaive is still doing its thing, and it's going to attack Lord. Actually, no, all three of you. Lord Signmonder is going to get attacked. Does 11 points of force damage to Lord Signmonder. The glaive continues to spin in an arc, goes for Bowson as well. Bowson, it rolls a 19, which I believe will hit you as well for
That hits.
12 points of force damage. And finally, the last swing in its arc to Torque, who rolls a natural 20. Did I roll as low as I possibly could? No, not quite. 14, still 14 points of damage.
And this is force damage, yes?
Yeah, so 14.
Yep.
Which is not bad on 46 plus 5, so count yourself a little lucky on that one. But still, a massive arc as it cuts through all three of you. Knights of the Crown bash on the door. Still can't get through it. Torque.
Well, I'm going to lay hands on Pastor Timothy. I will do that to. I will do that to 10 points worth of healing. Where's my lay hands?
Did I do a good thing? What the fuck went over here?
Yep. And I will also attempt to step somewhat out of the way, so I'll move down there, see if an opportunity attack ensues.
What was this? 17 Torque? Which I believe hits you.
I'm able to fend that away with my shield and armor.
Ah, nice. Okay, 17 misses. Queen Laurencia, open the door! Nobles scatter. Lord Signmonder says, alright, this time I will use the guidance of Wiz. That is a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life. Which one is he going to use it on, though? Says he's going to use it. He's going to use it on the 12. 15. Lord Signmonder is actually quite powerful. He is not short off today. Alright, so that misses. His guidance fades. And this is a very upsetting day for him, I'm going to say. Bowson has been attacked by this glaive for the millionth time. What do you do?
Yeah, I'm gonna take another big swing at the old thing. My action didn't come through again. Awesome. So he's a D20 plus 6 to this. I got a 19. So that's 25.
That'll definitely hit.
And a D6 plus 3. That's 6 points of damage.
Right. I need a little bit of damage, but you still damage it.
And I'm going to, because you took that hit, didn't you? I'm going to go, moving. 1. And it's frozen on me.
Just hypothetically, because it's the spectral thing that attacked me, I couldn't have used my hellish rebuke on it. The fire damage, but that would be on the thing that I can see, which is the statue or the thing. Would that appropriately direct the damage in the right place?
That's the thing that attacked. You can't put it on something else. So you can do a hellish rebuke on the ghostly glaive if you want.
Well, that's what I'm saying is in myself. Oh, what the hell, I think it would be consistent with me to have attempted to at least do that, so I will cast the Hellish Rebuke. Which is 20 points of fire.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, okay. That's the second time that's completely failed to work.
It's a good roll, too.
Yeah.
Alright, Bowson. So, yep, you hit and retreat back over there. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Princess Athena continues to scream obscenities. Hector, what have you got?
I need to stay away from this thing. What of this do you not understand, you fools? I will once again grab Pastor Timothy and walk away from it. So that's pulling Pastor Timothy with me.
Dragged along on your butt, Pastor Timothy, as you're prone, but you're good.
Oh, I would imagine he'd be face down. Being dragged along the dirt.
Okay, fair enough. Pastor Timothy, things have gotten confusing lately. What do you do? You're on your face, prone. What do you do?
Things have gotten very confusing. And I'm on my face, butt down, face down. I'm looking around, and all I can see is one person who is really, I can see being the fucking cause of all this. I will cast Vortex Warp. And normally I was planning on using this on my allies to get them places where they want to be, but right now the shrill voice of Princess Athena is
Oh my gosh.
is just drilling into my head, and I'm like, fuck you. She has to make a DC 15 Constitution save, or she will be teleported to a space of my choosing.
Which space
And
do
I'm
you
subtle
choose?
spell. I'm subtle spell casting this as well.
Oh.
Vortex Warp is such a cool spell.
What's the save?
DC 15 Constitution.
DC 15 Constitution. Okay. She has +2 to this. So she wants a 13 or higher.
Oh, okay. Everyone sees a barrel of arcane energy swirl up around Princess Athena and attempt to kind of compress her reality-wise and warp her to someplace, but she manages to, and with her sheer force of will, the warp dissipates, but no one could tell where it came from.
Mm.
I assume Pastor Timothy is not fessing up.
No. Pastor Timothy, face down, ass up, on the ground, being dragged by Hector, just punches the ground once, and it's like, oh shit. And will use half his movement to stand up.
Sure. Absolutely. Okay, Wiz, what do you do? Gonna use your head again, or what you got?
No. So seeing Sign really beside himself is really hitting home. To not living up to your potential and thinking everything's on your shoulders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my major image action to move the king up to Sign Maunder. And then he's going to put an illusory hand on his shoulder, and he's going to say, "It's not your fault, Sign.
Oh,
The kingdom is in your hands. I believe in you." And then I'm going to drop concentration as he fades away.
Oh.
fuck yes.
That's so awesome.
Tell you
I
what,
believe in you.
Lord Sunmonder is going to get advantage for his next round as he's inspired. He knows it's not real, but he's still taking comfort from it.
It's much better than my headbutt.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you stay there?
That's all I'm going to do. Yep.
Oh, that's perfect because the glaive is going to slide right there and attack both of you. The first attack against Wiz. Where is it? There it is. First attack against Wiz. We'll roll a 17, Wiz.
That does hit.
Okay, 15 points of force damage as a glaive cuts through you. And one against Torque as well. A 12 Torque. That one's going to miss. A massive hit to your wizardly friend. Knights of the Crown Control. Desperately trying to bash open the door. No, still not making it. And Torque, what you got?
Well, I will move closer to the wizard and back closer to the statue. So does that put me within reach of the statue?
Sure.
Or is this glaive like super large? Is like it's floating?
It's pretty
Either
large.
case, so wherever I am. Yep.
Sure, that's
All right.
fine.
So I will bash at the statue again. Flail away with my +1 flail. Unos. 20.
That hits.
Or 9 points of damage. 10 points of damage, sorry.
Okay, the
And a
stone-
second attack, which is a natural 20. Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Second one.
Natural 20!
So let's do the damage for that. Oh, that's another. Oh, well, that's better. So 15 in total of the second set of damage. Cool.
These
That's
stone
pretty good with the flail.
glaive shatters. That was enough to take it out. The ghostly glaive vanishes, and you find yourself just in a very chaotic tomb, but nothing dangerous in it. Apart from the queen at perhaps, and the doors swing.
The disturbing music cut out at some point, did it?
As soon as the glaive went down, the music went down as well. The ones that was affecting Hector and somebody else as well. Torque, I think it was.
Yeah.
Balson.
Balson, was it? And eventually the guards break open the door. Actually, the doors swing open. Once the thing opened, the glaive went down, the doors swing open, and the guards rush the two queens away to safety. Nobles seeing an opportunity just run for their lives, just leaving you, Lord Simonder, and this guy called Wiz.
I would like to go and render some first aid to Simonda, or lay hands for at least 5 points of healing on him. So I saw he took a couple of hits. If he's amenable to that.
Never say no to healing, lad. Thank you very much.
And then secondly, I'd just like to ask him a question as well. That I noticed that, like amongst those representatives, was it the case that there were no Gorsos, and beyond Pastor Timothy there was no Wilthammers?
There were lowly members of both houses.
Oh, okay, so they were represented. Yes,
Yep.
okay.
And the representatives are in a pile of blood. They were the ones that got massacred. But none of the official, like in the same way, I guess that Wiz is here. Wiz is representing the arcane, the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities, but he is not the big cheese there. In the same way, these are not the big cheeses of the
Does
noble
it
houses.
seem? Does that seem odd to Simonda that with the interment of the king that the senior most members weren't in attendance?
Look, no, it does not seem odd to me. We all saw what happened yesterday, and they have concerns about it. So I think they're just battening down the hatches, as it were, and keeping safe as they possibly can. So I'm not surprised that they didn't send the representative here.
I just want to insight that
Yep.
what he's saying in terms of that story. 9.
No reason to think that he's lying.
Okay.
In response to that, go ahead.
Okay.
So Lord
You go ahead.
Signmonder, Lord Signmonder is going to say, well, Baelson, Pastor Timothy, Hector and talk. I paid you well for this job, and you did everything I could have asked you to. The nobles ran. You know, they're not combatants. I'm not surprised by that either. But I gotta ask, who the bloody hell are you? He says, saying to Wiz.
I'm going to go kind of in response to what he said before first, is I'm going to kind of say, well, if this is an average royal funeral, I can see why Baradio did not want to come. But then in response to him, I'm going to say, I'm going to introduce myself. I am the great wizard, soon to be TM, Wiz, and I've been sent here by Master Baradio to represent the Emporium of Marvelous Rarities. You know, the home of the marvelous rarities, one might say. Glad to be of service, and I'm going to kind of do like a bow.
Lord Minder gives you a nod of respect. Well, you two showed bravery, lad. Is that your name, Wiz? That's usually what I do in the the toilet. That's what I do there. It seems like an odd nickname. Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm assuming it's a nickname. Is that your actual name?
You are right to assume it is a nickname. As a wizard, it does fall upon me, a Wiz. My actual name is Aurelian. Aurelian Dazmag at your service.
Dazmag, you say?
As it is.
That is correct.
And you're obviously a creature of the Fey realm. Ask. This is just going to bug me for the rest of the day. Any relation to King Dazmag?
Yes, that is my father. Have you met him?
Make a persuasion check, Wiz.
Sure. That one.
We have complicated matters of the royal family. We have coronations. We have funerals that got sideways quickly. I have enough royal family to take care of for a lifetime. You indeed are the son of King Dazmag, which I highly doubt. That will make you a prince, and quite frankly, I have no time. I don't know if you're telling the truth or not. But let's assume as you are. I have no time to deal with any other royal matters apart from the royal matters at hand. Regardless, Mr. Dazmag, Wiz, what would you prefer I call you?
Wiz is fine.
Wiz, you fought bravely, and I appreciate your help. What are your plans from here?
Well, I'll likely go back to the Emporium and let Baradio know how it went. I'm sure he'll have more of me.
Forgive me for speaking out of turn, but your skills were quite amazing. Is there any chance you might consider joining this crew if the Emporium will let you?
My employment at the Emporium is not full-time. I do have my spare time. I appreciate your compliments. It is not common to see a wizard of my caliber. I could certainly be considerate. I do fancy some adventuring myself. I do have a name to withhold.
How much does
sorry,
Master
what did you say?
Randbird pay you? How much does Master Randbird pay you?
I actually don't know that. How much do I get paid?
About a silver a day.
I get paid a measly silver a day, but it helps make ends meet.
I'm prepared to make an offer to you that I've made these people. I paid them 500 gold pieces to attend the funeral and the coronation. I'm gonna need someone like you at the coronation, Wiz. So if my old dwarven head can do the math, you could attend the coronation, cut your ties with Master Randbird. Got 250 gold pieces here with your name on it.
I would assume that the Emporium is probably closed during the ceremony. Am I correct on that?
Closed for the coronation as well. It's actually
Yes, then there's no reason for me not to come. I am at your service, Signmonder.
Alright. Look, I've got to, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna kick everybody out. That includes you. The Queen, the Queen Regent, and myself will have a private ceremony. Get the King buried. And, yeah, let's meet up again at my villa.
You should probably have the body holified. If I wanted to disgrace someone, I would certainly have them become a zombie at their own funeral. It'd be very undignified to each the servicemen.
Right, well, some good lads died tonight as well. Oh, it's some good nobles, rather. I've got a lot to sort through. This is an absolute shit show. Alright, well, let me sort this out. Let me make the arrangements. Let me tell the nobles what happened to their representatives. And let me get my friend buried. Let's meet back at my mansion. Please leave now.
Lord Wonder, before you go to make your report, I would hope that your report would include who actually killed these members of the noble houses. We all stood brave against this ghostly apparition. And you, sir, stood bravest among us. But I hope you realize, as we do, that there are lives lost here that did not have to be, and on whose feet those lives have been laid.
I think when I started out, and I took this position, as is required to by members of House Mondor, if I should fall one day, then another Mondor will take my place. This is the pact that we made for our nobility. When I first took the position, I thought of nothing but Grawley riding into battle, tackling unfathomable foes. But honestly, it's turned into a fucking paperwork. But I hear what you're saying, Pastor Timothy. I will make the report and be as truthful as I can. And if nothing else, I'll hand it over to the historians and we will record what happened this day. Because it was a day of mourning, but it turned into a day of violence, which has come far too often. I will mention what happened. If you're... I doubt very much anything will come out of it. Royalty being royalty, they're pretty much given a free rein. And tomorrow, Princess Athena will be no more. Queen Athena will rise. She can,
Aye.
as it were, forgive herself.
I hope she can. The Redeemer shows light to us all, even those who have much to redeem, more so those who have much to redeem. And I take solace in knowing that you'll make an honest report, because these reports become the history of our land. And without a true history, we are doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past. I take it your word, Simunder, and I thank you for giving me audience to these thoughts and these words.
Right. And he hurries you all out of the tomb so he can start the appropriate preparations.
On the way out, I'm gonna kind of pat him on the back and say, "You may not believe my lineage, but as my father once said, you may be in service to the crown, but you cannot have a crown without its kingdom and its people. Do what's right." And then I head out.
Strangely wise words, Wiz. Thank you. You're ushered out of the noble area, because nobles you are not. Lord Monda does... If you do decide to go back to see Lord Monda, then he'll make the arrangements for you to pass into the High District. But for now, not so good. And word quickly spreads about what happened. Not only did this blade of Prince Krazener attack people, but Princess Athena, still technically princess, slaughtered people as she saw fit. And your name is thrown around as well. Belson, Torque, Pastor Timothy, Hector, and even Wiz. So you're ushered out of the Howe District. You're right next to the River Nenoch. What do you do?
Well, I'm probably gonna run back to the Emporium at some point to update Radio and kind of maybe try to make like some, not like a sly remark, but kind of jest that I'm making a name for myself and he sees no potential in me.
He eagerly listens to the report, wanting a first-hand detail. And, Yeah. Doesn't say much. He knows that you've witnessed something amazing and maybe he should have been there, but as I said, nobles are closing doors and locking downs, and he is a powerful figure. What do the rest of you do? Or do you wait for Wiz to come on back after his meeting?
Well, as we sit around, I would like to bring up the topic of now that we've got some small renown in the city, I think we should perhaps think about naming this small ragtag group of ours, and wonder if anyone has any suggestions for how we can call ourselves.
I have a suggestion. How about Dumb and Dumber? Fits the vibe.
Or D&D for short.
Well, we came to this.
Exactly.
We came to this town as tourists, and so is there something there? The unruly tourists?
I think that's
Well,
every tourist.
To my mind, since Hector and I have been in town, at least we've met you fellas, and we seem to be getting from scrape to scrape, making trouble and solving it. I think trouble might be the central motif of our group. And think of it, if they see us coming along,
Yeah.
what would they say? They would say, "Oh, here comes trouble."
I mean, we have solved quite a few mysteries. Maybe we should be called Mystery Inc.
Talk of the town.
I fear that you and I, Baleson, if what these gentlemen say is true, the lowliest characters amongst this troop, since there is a purported prince and 2 scions of the Wilthammer family.
Yes.
I don't think it matters where we've come from. I think it matters where we are and who we are and what we're becoming.
What if we called
Here we are
ourselves
right
the honest travelers?
Perhaps we should be bound together by some oath, in which case we could be oath takers. Does that have a negative connotation in the Americas and Canada?
The Oath Takers?
Yes,
It's kind of like Promise Keepers, but
yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes, I just wanted to run that past you in case that was going to cause offence somewhere else or a legal suit.
Let's not go with Oath Keepers then.
Right then,
Right.
okay, good.
okay, well,
so
how about
we're
this?
not all proud boys then either.
Definitely not.
Not very proud. No.
Look, just
How about
checking.
this? In the Church of the Redeemer, 5 is a special number. There are 5 cardinal points: north, south, east, and west. And the fifth points to a special place. It points forward and points up. It points towards not where we are or where we're going in this material realm, but it points to somewhat what we might achieve. And there be 5 of us now. So, how do you think about the Honor to Beer 5?
Sorry?
The Honor to Beer 5. The city where we met,
Alright.
and the fact that we're 5.
It has potential. I was wanting some form of I feel like we've come from all around, and some have even come from the Fae. What about, instead of coming from the 4 winds, we say we are the 5 winds? Does that sound good?
It feels right.
Or
I would second that.
sometimes we feel cursed as well. What about the Forsaken 5?
I'm gonna tune into the 5
That
winds in
feels
like
a
the
little bit
most
close to home.
wise voice I can, and I'm gonna say, winds change all the time, and we will bring change.
Well, I that is what I feel as well.
So you're saying the winds come from the north, the south, the east, the west, and the winds of change.
Aye. And
So
it's
that-
the winds of fate that have brought us together.
Hmm.
I like this. Bailson, I think you've hit it on the head.
The 5 wines.
The 5 whiners.
I like the 5 winds. It has power and it has potential.
So 5 wins it is.
I think there is a truth to that. So, I would be happy if that was the way we are remembered.
And if you've ever camped overnight, I'm sure you've heard more than 5 winds. Am I right, guys?
That's the wind I wish would change the most.
The DM appreciates it because no longer referring to as you guys. 5 wins. I like it.
Hey, you guys.
The old electric company.
Oh, that's what we
Guys
call
and
ourselves, the
girls.
electric company. No.
All right. So the band, the 5 wins. Maybe if things go well, maybe it'll become a legendary phrase. As 5 wins. Okay, so you spend some time. We'll say you do this in your favorite hangout, the Lucky Elite Tavern. The tavern is crowded, but there's no music playing, and you settle upon the 5 wins. By now, word has gotten around that King Waldron Azanar has been laid to rest officially. He is in the sarcophagus that is prepared for him, and only the coronation to look forward to now tomorrow. You do.
Well, I should imagine that polishing up one's uniform and making sure that the clothes are well presented is what I will focus on.
Sure, and assume you're long rested,
Are we
by the
still
way.
having? And are we still having to pay for our keep?
Yeah.
Because yep. Okay. How much does it cost for a night here?
2 silver pieces, and that'll include a meal in the morning. And also 5, you do 2 times 5 equals a gold piece. So look at that. Things are working out already.
I'm sorry, Talk, but oh wait, we got the money after. That's right. Cool. So.
Oh yes,
I'll
I
pay for
can.
it.
I can cover the bill since your unfortunate loss of finances.
No, I'm just saying. Well, listen. Now that we've given ourselves a new name, have we saved enough to maybe kit ourselves out a little bit better? I mean, not that I've saved much, or that after that unfortunate cookie accident, but well, yeah. Okay, thank you, Talk.
And Drika.
So,
I
Wiz,
assume
welcome to our little group. Unfortunately, since we are relatively new to the city, we were unfortunately duped by a gang of unscrupulous healers after we had purchased some street food, and some of us got quite ill. And after we were treated, we discovered that purses had been lifted.
And also that was after we were scammed out of a large amount of money by an old lady and a weird halfling dude. We're very much
The debt.
in the debt. Yeah.
sounds like you guys are making a name for yourself, one way or the other.
Yeah, as marks, I think, in this city.
Well, it's good that you now have a great wizard here to help you see through the illusions of others.
Are you a follower of the efficient master? A seeker of truth?
I don't think my character would know what that is.
I think that's one of the godhoods in this world. So there's the
Yeah.
Redeemer, and there's one called the Efficient Master. So anyway, I won't proselytize my beliefs here, but I always do look for those that are competent in what they say and seek the truth. For I am an inquisitor, someone who always seeks that truth.
Okay, this is a what I gotta think here.
Oh, don't worry about Torque. You can't offend him. I've tried.
I mean, not sorry, that wasn't in character. I gotta think what my character would say in response to that.
A mighty wizard concerns himself not with such ethereal matters. He seeks only knowledge.
Knowledge and the truth are two things I'm very much a fan of.
And I see we are aligned in our common cause.
Well, I'm glad you have me. I'm glad to have you as well. We will make a name for ourselves. And this coronation is our first chance at that.
Let us hope that nothing untoward happens at that ceremony, given the recent attack on the king and also the attack and threat upon the queen and the princess. We should be on our guard.
As long as we have each other's backs, I'm sure it will turn out grandulous.
As these guys are talking, I would like to just check around the room to see if I can see the waitress, Milingandi, who I asked to clean up the room.
Well,
And
yep, carry on.
and catch her eye just to see whether she's like cool with keeping the shit on the down low.
Her name is Madrika, and and she catches your eyes and kind of beckons you to talk to her in a corner. It's like,
Madrika, hello. Did you manage to clean up that mess that was in my room?
isn't immense? That was a king's fortune.
Well,
And you knew it was there. What the hell are you up to?
what I'm up to is I'm trying to put the right stuff in the right place. And I'm not always doing the best at it, Madrika. So hopefully just this one time, that little amount of stuff can go to the right place. You, your fellow workers, other people who might be in need.
Where did this money
I
come
feel-
from? This is insane. I would have earned this much in a lifetime.
Look, Madrika, I don't know if you really... Let me put it this way. Sometimes it doesn't matter so much where something comes from as to where it goes to. And I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I can tell that you know where stuff should really go.
Right. Okay, well, thank you, Pastor Timothy. I'll try and do some good with this. I'm just a common barmaid, but I'll see what I can do. Thank you, Pastor Timothy. I guess praise be to the Redeemer.
I deserve no thanks. The Redeemer, praise him, gives all. And I thank you for being discreet about this. Your boss and my companions don't need to know anything about this.
Anything about what?
There
Love?
is one.
Anything about what, love?
Exactly. Just, I would not put any caveats on this. I would not, but there may be. We may be able to share further in this bounty, and I may require your discretion further.
Right, well, it's already looking odd you talking to me like this. Most people say, give me a drink, love, and that's about it. So,
Right. Well, give me a drink, love, and that's about it.
And she pours you a drink and goes about serving the, once again, rather morose atmosphere as the king is still dead. So Wiz and Pastor Timothy tried
Wiz,
their best. Sorry.
perhaps Wiz, you might wish to try a local activity here. If you see the lines that are indicated on the floor here, if from the door, from a standing jump, you might clear some of these lines, you can earn yourself a free beverage.
A free beverage, you say?
Depending on how far you.
A drink I cannot say no to.
The boy looks like he can jump too.
Patron starts shouting.
All right, what are
jump,
the
jump, 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 jump. Okay.
I think I get a bonus to jumps.
Oh, interesting.
Here's somewhere. Those are actions.
We can definitely jump up to your strength score. Like if it's strength of 15, you can jump 15 feet from a running start. I think that's how it works.
It's on my sheet somewhere. It's called Mirthful Leap.
Ah.
It's a class feat, or it's a species trait. Where did it go? Oh, I'm not looking at the right sheet. That's why. Why that was open. Here we go. Mirthful Leaps. When you make a long or high jump, you can roll a d8 and add the result to the number.
Ooh.
So I can go up to my strength, right? So I can go up to 8 plus a d8. Roll a d8. Eight. How did that not go to the... I rolled a 4.
A total of 12 feet. Is that right? 12-foot jump?
I would round down, right? So that should put me there.
Yeah, so you come in and you lump, everybody's starting jump, 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 jump. And you leap into the air. You don't quite jump as far as you've jumped before in your life, but it qualifies you enough for a small glass of beer. And Ricio Tane says, all right, good effort, Governor. Here you go. It gives you like a small glass of beer. And people...
I kind of do like a...
Mm-hmm.
What?
No, carry on.
I was going to say, I kind of do like a half bow, and I go, I may be a satyr, but wizards aren't known for their acrobatics. And then I grab the drink and nod to Ricio. Oh, I didn't hear you. You said something?
Not of note. Okay. So you get the jump in and it's all good. All right. What do you do?
I'm gonna go back and sit at the table, and I'm gonna drink the drink. Ask everybody if they want to go for. You guys want to go for a round of cheers to celebrate our new group and our new name?
Certainly have a drink with you. Yes. So Balson will grab a drink.
And Pastor Timothy will bring his cup of tea.
I should like myself to relax, if that's possible. But I should like to overhear, if possible, what rumours are spreading about the events, of the interment of the king's body. Because I should imagine, as the story spreads, that it may have either been exaggerated or possible explanations might abound amongst the populace.
The common, even without a roll, people are starting to speculate it about some things. The most common, well, one of the ideas that's floating around is back when King Waldron was married to Queen Alicia and they had Prince Krasner, and they're the happy little family. Everything was going well in the kingdom. The only slight problem is the king tend to have lots of mistresses, lots of other people on the side, but they almost forgave him as a king. What's he gonna do? The only thing that people really didn't like and questioned about the first royal family, I guess, is how the queen and her son were unusually close. Like they'd often, embrace each other warmly in public, which is not the thing to do, and they just seemed a bit close, like uncomfortably close. And people know that something bad has happened with the queen. The visage of her at least killed the king. Now something's up with the prince. And people are saying maybe their love in death, their love in life of each other, more than just mother and son, maybe that is extended to the afterlife as well. So they're talking about like the spirit of Prince Krasner and the spirit of the old king, and maybe they're plotting something. But then they say, well, the queen died, natural causes. That doesn't add up. And that the prince died trying to save the new queen, and Lord Simonda and the king was there, so what possible thing would they conspire to do? And it goes round and round and round. It's a comfortable relationship. What could they possibly want? And it goes round and around and around.
Can I just clarify one thing, Elfin? Did you say Kinslayer or Kingslayer? Is it K-I-N or K-I-N-G?
Kinslayer. Not Kingslayer, Kinslayer.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
So we had experienced earlier when the king was killed, there was a statement that was made, and we all witnessed it. Perhaps you can make some sense of it if I can quickly look it up. Sure, I had it written down somewhere.
Murderer.
Waldron, you are a kinslayer. Got it?
What was said today was, murderer, your line will end here and your deed will be avenged.
But when the king himself was killed, the visage of the queen said, Waldron, you are a kinslayer and a traitor to your house. Not even death can avenge your deeds. I will claim your soul as punishment. It is in hell where we shall meet again. And that demonic figure that looked like the former queen was the one that had killed him in the Tournament of Champions.
I don't believe my character would have any information on that.
Well, just
Am
so
I,
you know,
assuming
anyway.
that correct? Oh, I thought you were asking me if I'd make sense of it.
No, but now it will hopefully make sense to you that these matters are collected. It's not an isolated incident today. The king's death seems most foul, and now even in the internment, the queen and the princess also seem to be death, since they're saying that they're going to end your house.
Also,
Hmm.
sanguine to that is the fact that we, as a group, interrupted a summoning ceremony by a bunch of nasty cultists up on Simonder's estate, where they were preparing to sacrifice various people to bring hell spawn upon this earth. We managed to defeat one or possibly two of them, but as we won, we were told that we had ultimately lost because she had been unleashed upon the world. So there's an idea that the she that they're talking about is the demon queen lookalike slash possibly the queen who's been like. It's all a bit weird. But we saved the horse. We saved the horse. Both the horses. We saved them.
Cults, summoning rituals, the Queen Reborn. This is all very intriguing.
And I was hoping that a learned scholar such as you from the wizarding schools, you might have some small insight into these things. Do we still have the dagger?
We gave it to someone for safekeeping.
Yeah, he showed it to Slord Simonda.
Okay.
He stored it all.
I thought we really tried to keep it for a little bit to get it checked out.
Yeah, you took it to the place, and they wanted to buy it off you, and you said no. And then what happened after that? Did you give it back? I don't know if we did actually.
I think we might still have it wrapped up in a bit of cloth.
I thought we had given that to Simonda, since it was essentially evidence, and he would investigate into more. And was the dagger itself not in some way cursed?
I believe.
No, it banished them to hell.
Yeah, none of us touched it. We picked it up with like a bit of cloth or something like that, so no one would touch it. But I think we kept it.
But it's not within my possession if it is.
Well, without seeing the item directly, I could not give much of an answer.
Well, it seemed to have like a horned devil's head, and then a serrated blade which curved nastily and seemed to be blood-coloured, and also is displayed on Roll20.
Yes. I fourth wall see that.
Yeah,
I give a very graphic description.
Yeah, I'm drawing it on the dust on the table.
Very
The
good.
character looks at the screen, sees the dagger. I don't have any. Well, it sounds hellish in nature, but I do not have much background in the Nine Hells.
Oh, so you've never been married then?
No, never married. A great wizard such as myself is devoted to his craft.
Right. Right. Too soon? Yeah.
Not for me. I'm fine. That's a funny joke.
That's right. I don't think Donna can hear.
Yep.
Well, I, as usual, scurrilous rumours abound, and there is a basis in truth, but it has been exaggerated beyond belief. I fear that I will retire for the evening and be well rested for tomorrow's coronation. And I think
Yeah,
perhaps this is a good time for us all to turn in.
I too agree.
Yes.
Walk
Yeah,
Americans
Pastor Timothy will
agree.
Pastor Timothy will go back to his room and lay his head on the bed and stare at the place where that 100 gold pieces appeared, and just quietly whisper, "Not again, not again."
Okay. So the 5 wins. They rest for the night. So once again, assume that you're long rested. And I guess next week, Princess Athena will be no more, as the coronation will, no doubt, unless something terribly unexpected happens, she'll become Queen Athena, the ruler of the kingdom. And what she says is law, no matter how crazy
If that
she gets it.
vortex warp went off, and if that vortex warp went off, fuck, Princess Savina would have been no more. That would have been
I
amazing.
know.
Ice God said no.
Yeah, regicide Vinny. Regicide Pastor Timothy, eh?
Recessant the Athena.
Well, we shall see what happens next week. Okay, good night, guys.
Thank you very much, Malcolm.
Thanks, Corey, for being along.
Thank you very much, Malcolm.
Pleasure to meet you, Wiz.
Malcolm.
See
Welcome.
you guys next week. Pleasure
Yeah.
to meet you all as well.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. Are you in Canada as well, Corey?
I'm in the United States.
Ah, the US.
I think I'm in the
Cool.
same. I think I'm in the same time zone though.
I'm in Vancouver,
Whereabouts
West
in the
Coast, Pacific time.
Yeah, I'm Oregon, Pacific time.
Yeah, sweet.
Okay, awesome.
Before everyone goes, next week, because you guys are late and we're early, does moving it half an hour earlier work for everyone, or should we just keep it?
Anything earlier works for me.
Yeah.
It's fine for me.
I can race home at 4:30, although I'm on school holidays next week as well. But I may or may not be going on a tramping trip. I'm really sorry, guys. I don't know. It's in the hands of the gods whether I go or not.
I'm usually off on Mondays, so I can usually take a nap, so it's not as big a deal. But I might be getting a new job here soon, which might change things, but I won't know until it's closer. But I'm sure I can still make it work.
The half an hour earlier works. It's not going to be a barrier for Riley or myself, so I don't think. Yeah.
So Malcolm, does that feel good?
Yeah, man, it's 1 a.m. in my part of the world. Assume the same for Corey, so half an hour would be good. So we'll assume it's half an hour early from now on.
Brilliant. Thanks, Malcolm.
Time. Thank you. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, you too.